Welcome to the homestead. So as we plan for our trip to Florida and wherever else life takes us this winter, we needed to deal with our mail. And that's one of the things that I've always wondered, how do people that live on the road deal with? What do you do? How do you deal with this? Do you have a friend mail it to you? A friend open it? So I started doing some research. I found a few mail services that's what they call them, that people that travel full-time use. I started to set up one here in Maine called iPostal One, I think it is. I think it's run through Staples. And I just run into a lot of trouble with, there's a form you have to have notarized for them to be able to receive your mail, because it's a U.S. postal thing. And that turned into a mess. The notary that they provided had me do things incorrectly. The lady at iPostal One got upset about that, told me I had to get another notary, which would cost me another $25 and da 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 da. And we just didn't seem to be getting anywhere. We seemed to be stuck on the $25, which, for good or for bad, I'm not sure. That prompted me to look for another solution, and I found a company called Post Scan Mail. So Post Scan Mail, as you see here, is basically the same thing. They will take your mail and deal with it for you. So the first thing you'd look at is the pricing. And in our case, we have two recipients because there's Sue and myself. So we needed to go with the standard package right here. We needed two recipients. In our case, 10 open and scans, I believe, is going to be more than enough. And 60 pieces of incoming mail a month is going to be more than enough. So let me explain that to you. So open and scan. So when your mail ends up at post scan, they scan the face of it and show it in your inbox. So you'll get an email and you'll see it in your inbox on your computer, and it'll show you the face of the mail, what it is, who it's from, what you would see if you're looking at the envelope physically to decide if you want to open it or not. If you believe it's something that you need, you have several options. You can do what they call open and scan, where post-scan mail will physically open this for you, scan it in, and send it to you as a PDF in your email. And then if it's a bill you need to pay, you can print it, send it, and that's why we put the printer in. Or if it's just an important document, say it's your W-2s or something like that, you could do the same thing. You could have them send them to you digitally. You can save them. You can also have them forward your mail to you. You can have them hold it, and you can pick it up. So let's say that we just wanted them to hold it, and once every 2 weeks we would have them send the mail to us in Florida, for example. We could do that as well. There is a little bit of a cost to that. It's not bad. If you want it shredded, there is a cost to that. So they have a secure recycle program that is free. But if you want it physically shredded, there is a cost to that. It's not much, but there is a cost. So let's see if we can find some more information on this. And I will say that on the open and scan, you get 10 items, but you also get 10 pages per item. So if the thing is 10 pages long, you're good. Trying to remember what else. I'm not telling you about this, but here's some of the additional things. If you exceed your open and scan, like your 10 open and scans, it's $2 per envelope after that. So then if let's say I needed 11 this month, I'd have to buy another one at $2. They would charge me for that. If I go over my 60 pieces, they charge me 50 cents per piece to receive it. Mail forwarding is $2 for the first item, then 50 cents per additional item. So as you can see, like, the forwarding can get expensive. You want to try to limit that unless it's something you really need. Mail storage is free for 30 days, then 5 cents per envelope after that. Package storage, first 7 days is free, then 10 cents per pound after that. Additional recipients, if you need them, are $5. Mail shredding is $1 for the first 10 pages, then 15 cents for additional page. So you can see that the add-ons do add up a little bit, but again, if you've kind of set it up correctly before you go, and what I mean by that is, like, my credit cards I have online only, so I get an email, I go on, I pay it, I can look at my statements, etc. My banking accounts are online only. I can go on, look at those, get a statement online if I want. So generally speaking, I know that I don't have anything horribly important coming to my physical mailbox. So in that case, we believe we're going to stay in the $20 without any additions. My personal feeling is something like my bank statement. I'm okay with recycling, with secure recycling, because what are they going to do with my bank statement? And, it is what it is. But I understand that some things you may not feel comfortable with that. But then we'll log in here and show you what's going on when you actually uh, when you log in, once you have an account. So this is what you'll see when you land. You see a name up here. In this case, my inbox is empty. I've taken care of all my emails. And you'll see your folders, your outgoing mail, different things over here. And I don't have a piece of mail in here to show you, but if I did, you could click that piece of mail. Like say you had 10 of them in here, you can click one, and then up above you get all your choices. You could then recycle it, you can scan it, you can save it, you get all those choices. It's really very straightforward. It's almost a lot like email, really, when you get down to it, except for the fact that I can have them scan it to me and save it, etc. So it's just, it seems like it's going to be a really handy service. I'm hoping it works as well as it looks like it's going to work. We've used it now for about a week. We had our forwarding put in place about 2 weeks ago, week and a half ago. Ironically, our little small Corinna post office, their forwarding machine, they have a sorting machine, but they also have a forwarding machine that pulls the letters out automatically, sends them back out of state to have a little yellow label put on them to let them know it has to forward to a new address. That is broken. So they've still been sending us mail here. I actually talked to them Friday, and they told me that they apologized. That machine was broken. They had a new one coming. But they would put a sticky note up on the wall that any mail for me would need to get forwarded. So they should now pull them out and send them. So again, we have somebody watching our animals here. We can have them check the mailbox once a week. If there's something important, they can send it on to us, take a picture of it, whatever. But long term, we didn't want to harass them with that. We wanted a service that we knew worked well, that we could trust, and that we could just walk away and we would still get our mail. And I think with our plans to travel a fair amount, this is going to make a lot of sense. I think that post-scan mail is going to be a decent solution for us. There's a ton of solutions. And if you're full-time RVing, you have to really look and say, where do I want to reside, right? In our case, we have property, we have a building here. Maine is kind of our home. But you could actually say, hey, I want to reside in Florida. And you can set up a mail forwarding service in Florida, which will give you a physical street address. Then you can go to Florida. You can use that to get your driver's license, register your vehicles, everything else. So if you're full-time RVing, you really need to decide what state you want to reside in. And then from there, you can set up your mail service. Because it's a little odd to me because USPS is a federal entity, but these mail services that we use for RVing are state by state. So they may work in one state, but they may not be able to give you an address in another state, for example. So you have to kind of look into that. But in our case, our residency is Maine. We're not going to change our state of residency because we have, property here and vehicles here and everything else. And it would just not be worth our effort to fly to Florida and register all of our vehicles and trailers and the camper and everything when we're only going to be there maybe, every so many years or whatever the case is. But we'll try to do a follow-up on post-scan mail as we get going. When we, maybe after we've used this for a month on the road and we really got our feet wet with it, we'll bring you back and we'll try to give you a follow-up in our opinions on the post-scan mail. But on the surface, for $20 a month, it looks like it's going to take care of our mail. A P.O. box around here costs over $10 a month. Having somebody check your mail and deal with it for you. If you got a lot of friend or family or something that's willing to do that, that's fine. But you're already asking them to watch your house, watch your horse, watch your chickens. We'll take care of the mail, and it lets us take care of it quicker. For an example, if we get a bill in the mail for whatever, doesn't really matter. Let's say the porta potty for the cookout. The company sends us the bill for that in the mail. I can then scan it, have them scan it at post-scan mail. I can print it off on my printer that we've got in the camper. I can write a check right here, put it in the mail, and send it to the company, and it's just done. I haven't had to inconvenience anybody. So I think that's going to work well. But if you guys got any questions or anything we can help answer on that, leave them down below. Any suggestions, we're all ears too, because we're very new to this, and this is one of those things that is kind of a whole when you travel, if you will, is what to do if you mail. But thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.